What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 3 Kappa Mode. So guys, since last episode, I went ahead and I removed the ugly cryo-stabilized flux duct that we had running from the super reactor right there over to here. So yes, we no longer have that ugly connection. I got rid of all the phantom energy faces and all of that stuff. I don't think we transferred quite all the power. Yeah, there's still just there's 1 pixel of power left. Anyway, yeah, we didn't quite transfer all the power, but I got tired of looking at that thing. We've had it hooked up there for quite some time, and we don't need it anymore. This energy ball is completely full, and we can see the power kind of wiggling a little bit. But yeah, it's staying full, so we don't really have to worry about that anymore, which is super, super awesome. So today we're going to continue on with what we have been working on, trying to get all of these different metals, plates, and gears. The next set is this third in the line here, and this is the Aristotleite metal, right? So we've worked on the first 2, and now we're on the third one. A good portion of those, the items that we need, are made through EMC. Like my particular metal is made through EMC, which is super, super easy. Some of them are not. So some of the items that we're going to need to make is the Osgloglas ingot, or Osgloglas. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Anyway, crystal matrix ingots, eggplants, and tar. So these are the 4 items that we need to focus on in order to auto craft. I think we'll start here with this ingot, and this is something that we can make in the smeltery. It does not have EMC. We can animate and spawn it in, and then we will have to use a factorizer to get the amount of items that we need, or we can cast it out, make one of our creative fluid tanks full of this stuff, and make a whole bunch of these casts. Yep, and then cast it out that way. This is the way I'm kind of leaning towards. We're doing already enough stuff with the factorizers and spawning in blocks. I kind of want to do it a little bit differently. So I was figuring the amount out that we're going to need. If we take a look at the uses and the quantum compressor, it does take 6,969 items. Nice. In order for us to make each one of these metals. And we are going to be making 128 of those. And anyway, it's like 900,000 of these things that we need. So I was kind of figuring it out, like I said, and if it takes 5 seconds, let's go back to here, casting the molten metal into the ingot cast. It takes 5 seconds. If we do 100 of these casts at 5 seconds per, I think we're going to be looking at just over 12 hours to complete all of the material that we need to completely make the 128 of the different metals, right? So I think that's the way we're going to go. Yep, we need 100 of these casts. We could do more, we could do less, but 100 of them, like I said, is about 12 hours worth of time, just letting it constantly go, provided that it is, in fact, 5 seconds. So let's go ahead and start working on that. So the first thing we need to do is get a casting... Is it called a casting table? I can't remember. Casting table. That does have EMC, but we don't have one in the system, so I guess we can get the seared brick. Is that not how you make it? I don't remember now. It's been a minute. Oh, that requires a porcelain casting. Do we have one of those? We don't even have one of those in the system. What the heck? And that's all EMC. So we'll make one of those. We'll learn that recipe. Then we'll make one of those, and then we'll learn that. Okay. So casting, there it is. So there's 64, and then I think it's 36 more for 100, right? There we go. So there's 100. We'll just go with that many. That might be too much. We could probably half it and do 50 and have it take, almost a full day. We have enough time between episodes where it'd still be finished by then. So we're going to do that. We're going to want some conduit as well. Just the ender fluid conduit is going to be more than enough. I don't really know how much of this we're going to need. Probably that much is going to be overkill, which is fine. And then also we're going to want the creative fluid tank. We have 11 of those, 10 remaining now. All right, so beyond that, we're going to want some the molds. So we can use gold to do that, or we can use the aluminum brass. Aluminum brass. And then I think that might be about it. Okay, well, first things first, I need to melt down some of the aluminum brass so we can set that in the creative fluid tank. And then we're going to have to make a whole bunch of these different ingot casts. That's the first thing that we need to do. So nothing is being extracted out of here. So I should be able to put one ingot in there that melts pretty quickly. And then we should be able to put it into this creative fluid tank here. So let me grab, what is this? A liquid translocator. Liquid translocator, and then that should set the recipe on this to have all of that fluid in there. Did it not do it? Oh, maybe I have to click the bucket on there in order for that to work. Okay, well, let me go ahead and melt down a few more of those and we'll try that again. Bucket in the table and press the button, and that should make a full bucket of the stuff, and then we'll just cast the rest of those back in ingots, I guess. Blank casts. Molten aluminum brass bucket. Awesome. And then we got some extra goop in here. So I'm going to undo that, put it back into the smeltery. And the way I normally get rid of stuff in the smeltery, I'm going to break this. The way I normally get rid of stuff in the smeltery that I don't care about anymore is just break the controller. That deletes all the fluid in there. We can put the controller back, boop, and everything is ready to go again. Awesome. All right, so now that we have a bucket of molten aluminum brass, we should be able to make all of that. I guess we should do the same thing with the Osgloglas stuff here. So if we wanted to make the molten version of this stuff, we need the alloy. So that's going to be refined glowstone, refined obsidian, and osmium. So that should be easy enough. Refined glowstone, refined obsidian. What was the last one? I can't remember anymore. That is osmium. And we have all of that stuff. So I don't need quite this much. This is probably going to be more than enough. And we'll just throw all of those in there to get melted down and alloyed together. And then we'll just do the same thing, make another bucket. So we have 100 of these tables laid out, and I put one brick in every single one of them, just so we have some kind of an ingot, so we can put the molten aluminum brass onto it, right? And then once the molten aluminum brass goes on there, we will end up having an ingot cast, which is going to be great. So currently we're just putting the item fluid conduits on here, or not item fluid conduits, the ender fluid conduit. I am also going to need to get item conduit as well, so we can remove the casted items. Yeah, I mean, it's all great and everything that we put the fluid in there and it turns into a solid, but then we're going to need item conduit in order to get that solid back off there, right? So, yep, now that I've done all of those, I need to go through and add some item conduit. All right, guys, well, we should be about ready here. All of our conduits are set to extract items, always active. And I did change it to the red channel. I find it's easier if you change the color of the conduit when you're doing the copy and paste. I was using the conduit probe to copy from one and paste to all the rest of them. And going from green to like red is like very easy to tell which ones you've copied or which ones you've pasted to, right? Anyway, so all of these are set up. So the item conduit is set to extract, always active, and the fluid conduit is set to insert, and that's it. Yep. So all of these are connected together. The reason why they're spaced out, by the way, is just so we have the torches in between. I don't have to worry about mob spawning. So anyway, all of these are connected together, right? And then I have item conduit here going into this interface set to insert. Yeah, and that's pretty much about it. So once we fill up this thing, this conduit here that we're going to be extracting the fluid is set to extract active on a redstone signal. So I can put in the aluminum brass, right? We'll put the aluminum brass on, we'll flip that lever. All of these will fill up, and then I can flip it back so we don't just keep making aluminum brass over and over and over again. And then we can swap it to something else. So let's give that a go. So here's some molten aluminum brass. We click it right onto there. And then I do this, which does nothing because I didn't set this to extract on red. There we go. So now all of those are on red. Is that enough? I'm not sure if that got them all. No, this one doesn't have enough fluid in it. So I guess we're going to have to make some ingots. That's fine. We'll just do this and convert them all. Oof. Okay. That should be fine. Now we have a problem of, it looks like, no, these are empty. These are empty. Are all of them empty? I was thinking we might have the problem with some of them having fluid in them and some of them not. I think these just haven't updated. Yeah, so this one right here has a little bit. So I may need to go through and like set these so like we can extract the extra fluid. Didn't quite think about that. I guess the alternative would be just to go through, break all the tables and place them all back again and put the molds in them. Well, that's something to consider. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get this all squared away though. Okay, so I just went ahead and vein mined all of these away and replaced them and then put the molds back in. So now we need to clear out the fluid tank, and I think it's a shift left click. Yeah, we clear that out. I did fill up a bucket full of the molten aluminum brass in case we need that for anything else in the future. And then I can just right click this fluid on there. Okay, so now we should be good. If I do this, we should start making all of the ingots. Is that taking 5 seconds? Oh my goodness, listen to that sound. Oh, okay, so I guess we're not extracting? Oh, this isn't set to red either. Herp derp, there it is. Okay, now we're feeling the lag a little bit. Try that again. That sound. Yeah, so this is very, very laggy. This will be something, well, it's like, because of all the sounds that are playing, I assume, and the items are converting, it's like frame rate laggy. I assume this will be just fine as far as TPS goes. Like the actual server, like the sky won't be jumping when I'm not online. But yeah, this is not something that we're going to continue to do for the rest of this episode just because of how frame ratey that is. But yeah, when I log out after this episode, we'll let this run. And this should be done by next episode, I would imagine. And we'll put that into here. Now, all of that... Oh no, okay, so I guess we never did set the... we never did set the interface to contain this particular ingot, so we'll do that now. So I'll set this one to export these items, and those will all go right into here. Yeah, and then we are ready to go. Also, I'm going to set up a barrel downstairs so we can contain these ingots because I am pretty sure we're going to fill up before the next time I get a chance to log in, and I don't want to fill up all of my applied energistic storage. I'll just make another barrel. Okay, so we got that ingot off our list. The next one is the crystal matrix ingot. So this guy right here, we take a look at the uses and the quantum compressor. This requires only 400 of each item to make a plate. Okay, so if we need 400 of those and we times that times 128, 2 stacks like we're trying to make of everything, we need 51,200 of these things. Well, we can spawn these in using our auto spawner down below. And if we spawn those in, we divide the amount of ingots by 9, we need a total of, let's see, 5,688 blocks, 5,689 blocks. We take crystal matrix ingots, we have 6,500 of those, so we are above and beyond what we need, but we are currently spawning those in as well when I'm no longer logged into the server, so that number will go up. So we're good on these. But we do need to set up something to turn those into the ingots. Let's take a look. Where is our auto thing? I don't know if we're constantly doing something here or not. It doesn't really look like it. Oop, that shouldn't be in there. That's weird. Combine. I wonder how that got into the combine. I'm not sure. Anyway, the factorizer. Yeah, we do have that set up here so we can convert those ingots. So maybe we'll just do that. Let me go ahead and do crystal matrix. Well, I guess we have those already. And then we'll come over here. We'll set that up on this one. Nope, not that one. Let's actually take a look so I put it into the right place. Not the Eddie one, this one. So the one after the green petals. So this is... That's the green petal, so it'll be this one. We place this here. And this is going to need a crafting card. So it knows to put the blocks through the factorizer. So if we do that, we should start getting more of these things automatically. Awesome. So we should be good on that as well. Very cool. All right, so that one's done. Next one, eggplant. So this one, through eggplant seeds, and I am fairly certain we haven't done those yet, and we can get that through the marketplace with 2 RAK. Let me double check that we don't have any, but I am pretty certain we haven't made any eggplant yet. Just from a quick glance, it's only 2 RAK and we have like thousands of it. All right, we'll grab that. We need the market One of those. Villager will fall out of the sky. Oh, that's loud. Eggplant. So we need this guy, that, and there it is. So there's our eggplant seed. Peace out, dude. Weathered salesperson was slain by Hypno. All right, so we got ourselves the eggplant seed. Well, let's go ahead and 10 it, and then we can add it to our other crops like these over here. All right, guys, so we'll just take a quick overview of what's going on here. So we have the imaginary time block, which is constantly growing these crops full, right? So they basically instant grow. We have a mechanical user here that's set to on a redstone signal, activate block with item by right clicking, and that's what automatically harvests this. But each one of these are individually turned on and off by redstone signal, right? So the way that works is this drawer we have inside a redstone upgrade. It emits a signal for total storage. Basically, it's like having a comparator on the drawer. So anyway, this is emitting a redstone signal based on how much item is in there. And then when there's about 2 stacks, it will emit to here, which will activate this comparator, turning off the torch and stopping the crops from growing. Well, right now we don't have these things hooked up to anything. So there is like 10 stacks in there while I was getting the redstone figured out. But as soon as we put that onto the correct ME interface over here. So let's see, we have the crystal matrix ingots, and then next to that I think is the eggplant. Let's take a look real quick. So that's the matrix. Yeah, and then next to that is the luteum plate with the eggplant. So we will throw those here, which should start taking all the eggplants in the system and dumping them. I have some in my inventory from when I was 10-10-10ing those seeds. Okay, so those are all in here. There's our first plate, it looks like. So now that we have cleared out that drawer, this should be active over here, and we're just going to continue right-clicking it. And then once that fills all the way up over there, this one should stop, since we'll get about 2 stacks into the basic drawer down below. Pretty simple. Finally, the last item that we need to take a look at to do this Aristotleite metal is the tar. So tar is made in a fractionating still. We put in oil, and we have a 50% chance of getting tar. And we also make this naphtha stuff. I don't really know if that has any particular use to us. I mean, we can make sulfur out of it, and we can turn that into refined fuel for power, but we don't need power. So really, we need to get ourselves some oil. So that is the first step. I'm pretty sure pneumatic craft, if we come over here, and we look at the Amadron tablet, I'm pretty sure we can get ourselves, 5 buckets of oil for 1 emerald. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't remember how you do this. You got to click in here somewhere. Out of fluid to sell. Add more fluid in the bound tank or bind. Oh, this is to sell. No. I want to buy this. There we go. Place order. All right, so we should get a bucket of oil into here from our drone after it takes our money. Amadron delivery drone. All right, it's got our emerald, and then another one should appear to give us the 1 bucket of oil that we need. And then after that, we can make unlimited oil. All right, here comes the second drone dropping off the items now that it's got the payment. And there it is. Cool. So here's our 1 bucket of oil and the last bucket of oil we're ever going to buy. Ha! Suckers! All right, so now we need the creative fluid tank, and that will give us all of the oil going forward. Cool. All right, so now that we have that, we need to figure out where we're going to put some fractionating stills in order to make the tar. Also, I don't really know how fast these machines work, and I don't know how many of these we're going to need. So I guess we'll set up one, and based on how fast or slow it goes, we'll look at adding more. I know we can upgrade these machines to the resonant ones that put in some upgrades and things like that. So let's get one hooked up, and then we will figure it out. So one of those on a resident with full of these auxiliary reception coils seems to be going pretty quickly. Without those, it goes rather slow, right? And then I tried this reflux column. This is fractionating still specialization, greatly increases conversion efficiency for fossil fuels. I assume this is a fossil fuel, and I tried putting this in here, and like the power didn't change, and the speed doesn't seem to be changing at all. In fact, it seems like it might be slower. So yeah, I'm going to take that out, and we're just going to put in the augment auxiliary reception coils, which just basically speeds up all thermal expansion machines. The way these thermal expansion machines work is the more power that's inside of them, the faster they go, right? So when that reaches full power, we're doing 600 RF per tick. This is definitely going much faster. So I'm thinking something like maybe 10, 20 of these machines might be enough. Like, we're making the tar pretty quickly, but if we take a look at how much we need, this is 6,969, nice, per each one of these. So maybe it'd be better if we get something like 100 of these machines or 50 of them. I don't know. Well, I definitely need to make a few of them. I'll take this first stack that we just got so we can set over here. Which one is that? Is it the last one? That's the last one on this third row. So that would be this one right here. So we'll take that so we can set this and we can start plopping those in. So if we look in here, yeah, it's got the tar. Cool. We'll also have to extract the items automatically from these things and put it into an interface. But yeah, it's going to start taking a decent amount of power, but we have a lot of power to spare, especially since our energy ball is full. Yeah, anyway, I'll go ahead and just make like 20 of those and see how we go, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I did another online detector like we're doing for our mob spawning down below. So it's detecting if I'm online. If I'm online, it emits a redstone signal, and we have a redstone torch on here, which is inverting that. And then this is only extracting out of the tank when it has a redstone signal. So basically, when I'm not online, it'll be like that. We'll start extracting out everything. Will get super laggy here. When I am online, it'll stop extracting and everything will be much better. Ooh, that lag. Okay, anyway, so we got that taken care of. And then over here, I ended up doing 20 of these fractionating stills. Yep, so all of these are extracting. We're just using Ender Energy Conduit, Item Conduit, Ender Fluid Conduit, and we are extracting out into an interface here. Yep, so all of the tar goes into the system. If we look into the system here, we look for a tar, we can see those are kind of popping in and out of existence. Yep. So those are set up to go over into over here, right? And then we are collecting tar at that speed, which isn't super fast, but again, this happens while we're not online pretty much all the time. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have enough of this stuff where we won't have to worry about it. And like the last item that we did, the Osgloglas ingots, I put a barrel down here, so when we go above and beyond what we need, the extras will be stored here, and we're not going to fill up all of our digital storage, right? Yep, so it makes sense to me. So now that we have that done, that should take care of yet another ingot. So we take care of the tar, and yeah, everything on this metal is now done. So next episode, we'll take a look at how to finish up these. I'm not actually sure how many of these we need. At least one. The thorium, pink slime, cherry. The pink slime ingots, do those have a block? If those do, those might... 1,000 of each one of those. If those had a block, that would be like really easy. I'm not seeing a factorization recipe here. Yeah, I don't think there is a block. So we might have to do some funkiness in order to get all those. But yep, that's something that we'll take a look at next time. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, leave a like on this episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.